Um, One of the most difficult positions in a large scale organization belongs to design department. Design is something external, and people who are in charge constantly admonished by social commenters to design organizations that are both creative and innovative in preparation for a future that will be described by rapid social and technological changes. One of the keys of organizational function is designing and redesigning the organization regarding to internal and external changes. Organizational design is the process of selecting and managing features of an organization structure and culture to achieve its objectives. One of the most important outcome of organizational design is organizational structure or the formal system of task, reporting, relationships, and power. Organizational structure is the core of what controls and coordinates and motivates employees to collaborate the direction of the achievement of that organizational goals. When the managerial structure is aligned with organizational needs, it results in better managerial efficiencies and less conflict. Organizational structure has a significant impact on the effectiveness, performance, and culture of an organization. In both article, which is about organizational structure for an innovation and the design reliable systems, we will explain these in more detail. Thank you.
Key learnings from Article 1, Organizational Structure and Innovation, the Journal of Business by Sapolsky H&M. From this article, we have learned that designing or redesigning an organization to incorporate creativity and innovation is quite challenging. Creativity and innovation introduces change and improvement, which are often characterized by social and technological changes. In looking into creativity and innovation, economists have paid most of their attention to the economic impact of these concepts rather than the structural characteristics of organizations that nurture these ideas. So far, there has not been a basic structural theory for organizations on incorporating creativity and innovation into their organizational structure. James Q. Wilson, an American political scientist and contemporary thinker, made noteworthy attempts to come up with a theory for such organizations. In Wilson's opinion, the diversity of an organization's incentive and task structure influences their support of creativity and innovation. He makes the claims that the greater the diversity of the organization, the more likely members will conceive of major innovations. The greater the diversity of the organization, the more likely major innovations will be proposed. And the greater the diversity of the organization, the smaller the proportion of major innovations that will be adopted. The article concludes that due to variances in internal politics, expectations of innovational costs and benefits, there has been a common pattern of challenges related to the structural design of organizations regarding innovation.
Key learning from Article 2, which is understanding the challenges disaster, organizational structure, and design of reliable system by Hyman in 1993. This case is all about the tragedy happens in NASA. One subtle breakdown immediately in seconds after launch. Through this, they have lost 7 lives. Although there are many key learnings, but talking about some major key learnings, first, Because of technology, planning and implementation, their trust and reputation suffer the most as a result of this incident. Second, to overcome the challenges incident, losses occurred, they form an organizational structure which ultimately helps them achieve every organizational goals. Third, in 1970s, NASA had very tight a budget constraint. This leads company towards cost efficiency and cost effectiveness, which is even visible so far. So for every small business, it had to be cost effective and cost efficient. So fourth, last, every firm needs to check the risk factor in the task assigned. After the incident in NASA, they appoint a launch decision structure with a 5-tier member.
After knowing the key outcomes of the articles, let's look at where they connect and where they differ in terms of the organizational structure theory. Starting with the similarities. Both articles reflect the difficulty yet the very importance of innovation and creativity and how this is impacted by the organizational structure. This is evident from the Challenger incident at NASA, which failed due to NASA's flaws in the organizational structure. The improvement and the thought process put behind the failure resulted to an improved organizational structure. One of the most important points to note is whether diversity actually stimulates innovation or not. Both articles outline the hardships and the change culture that needs to be implemented in order to avoid disruption in a diverse workforce. On the contrary, the two articles have shown their own dimensions to the same theory, whereby the article featuring the NASA incident draws a conclusion on its findings, whereas the first article is left on an open-ended scenario, which leaves the reader thinking. Also, while one article is specific to NASA, the other is more generic and needs to be tailored to a specific industry. From this, it can be concluded that the two articles cannot be applied within the same industry. Now let's move to a very interesting case study in relation to our topic. Thank you.
The Coca-Cola Company is one of the world's largest and leading manufacturers, marketers, and retailers of syrups and non-alcoholic drinks and beverages. It was founded in 1886 in Atlanta. The Coca-Cola Company sells its goods in over 200 countries across the globe. As Coca-Cola grew over the years, it has had to transform its organization structure to a more decentralized system to meet its growth goals. Coca-Cola, being such a huge organization, had to follow a decentralized system to allow a proper flow of information within the organization and to track the different processes within. Over the years, they have had to accommodate creativity and innovation that have been characterized by rapid social and technological changes. Coca-Cola uses a vertical hierarchy system with senior management making the final decisions, while middle-level line managers make daily and routine choices. In 2006, the CEO implemented a new strategy which included face-to-face meetings between local division managers in order to promote the exchange of ideas and to keep employees involved. The Coca-Cola system is controlled by the Coca-Cola Operating Requirements Core, a new management system that replaced the Coca-Cola Management System TCCMS in January 2010 to assure consistency and reliability. By creating an integrated quality management program that holds all of the Coca-Cola system's operations to the same standard for the production and distribution of their beverages, CORE enables the Coca-Cola system to address the changing business landscape while supporting the company's strategic growth plans. It operates on a decentralized management style with two operating groups, Bottling Corporate and Bottling Investment. The operating groups are further divided into regions to correspond to the company's various business units. These regions are subdivided further into geographic regions to allow for more targeted decision making. The structure of the Coca-Cola Company is a mix of mechanistic and organic concepts. The hybrid system enables information to flow from the bottom up and laterally between employees. Decentralization and standardization, on the other hand, are elements of a mechanistic framework. Strategic business units allow Coca-Cola to recognize the differences in regional tastes, lifestyle, wealth, and consumption patterns. Coca-Cola today has the ability to price, distribute, and innovate products to fit the needs and conditions of the global market.
Hi everyone, here I am going to present the business case analysis of the Coca-Cola company with its strength and weaknesses. First of all, here we are going to discuss the strength. The Coca-Cola company is a large and diversified organization. According to Article 1, what I have chosen, the Wilson's opinion is observed as the greater the diversity of the organization, the more likely the members will conceive the major innovations. According to that, the Coca-Cola company has it's a larger organization, so many employees are work within, so major the members have different ideas, so we can use that ideas to get more innovations from that. And from the second point, the system maintained by Coca-Cola is an operating requirement system, and new management system is taken and replaced by Coca-Cola management system in January 2010, which assured them with consistency and reliability in managing the system. And the third point, the company has a well-structured symbiotic relationship with its bottling partners and distributors, which allowed them to use these groups to create a very efficient system of manufacturing, distributing, and selling their products, hence creating a reliable system. And here we go with the weaknesses. Not enough grassroots innovations exercise to explore creativity. The ideas should be overseen from another person of view to get a responsible communication between and coordination between the employees to get a better execution of ideas. And the second one, the company has so many managers and leaders within, so there is a miscommunication can be happen between them. So to avoid that, it will be better to convey the ideas as much as possible to get a better product.
These are some of the recommendations Coca-Cola could consider in order to improve its global presence. Firstly, as to no surprise, wherever we are, we get a standardized Coke product. While this serves as a positive, it also shows that Coke does not improvise on its products. The consumers are now choosing to lead a healthier lifestyle. Therefore, Coke needs to invest in a variety of newer and healthier beverages. Secondly, Coke could adopt an improved reward system for its employees. As it already operates in a decentralized manner, this gives it the liberty to introduce such incentive programs. For example, the employees could be switched regionally for various purposes like training and development, which adds to a non-monetary benefit to the employee. Lastly, the legal aspect. Coke should adopt a consistent and uniform system that adapts to the different regions, laws and regulations, thereby covering Coke from potential legal liabilities in terms of non-adherence to the prevailing rules and regulations globally. Now, let's move to the potential impacts of these if not considered by Coca-Cola. Thank you.
We have made some recommendations to our case study. Now, we want to talk about some potential impacts on the business. If they consider our recommendations, that is, if this organization incorporates a reliable system that provides room for grassroots innovative initiatives, they will see that it is a multi-beneficial long-term strategy for them. With the level of diversity this organization is experiencing, it will help them explore diverse economic opportunities. If they do not consider our recommendations and explore the wealth of their diversity through designing reliable innovation systems, they will find out that they still have to come up with methods to improve the existing band of products and keep these products appealing to their customers amidst the variety of substitute products available. And this may still cost almost as much as designing an initiative program. Also, they stand the chance to lose out on exploring some untapped markets. In general, This presentation seeks to drive the importance of designing an organizational structure, especially one that makes room for creativity and innovation. It also aims to show the importance of designing a reliable system for these innovations to thrive. Thank you for taking our time to listen to our presentation. We hope you find it useful, insightful, and interesting.